carry without the microphone, because I've done nothing else all my life except throw my voice to the back of the hall.
You can try without.
But I think this is a little too much. Anyway, you decide. So, Howard Zinn is the author of this book, Marx in Soho. Howard Zinn was an American, because he expired last year. Wrote many books, and one of the compliments given to him by an American academician woman says, Howard Zinn, who almost single-handedly popularized a people's perspective on US history, never stops inventing new ways to educate ourselves. Here he comes now with Marx in Soho, which combines hard-hitting information with humor, sharp politics, and sheer delight. Zinn is quite simply a national treasure. All right, then, here goes. This is now Marx in Soho, Howard Zinn. Is this all right, the level?
Yeah.
Thank God, an audience. Good of you to come. You weren't put off by all those idiots who said Marx is dead. Well, I am. And I am not. That's dialectics for you. You may wonder how I got here. Public transportation. I did not expect to come back here. I wanted to return to Soho. That's where I lived in London. But a bureaucratic mix-up. So here I am, Soho in New York. Well, I always wanted to visit New York. Why have I returned? To clear my name. I've been reading your newspapers. They're all proclaiming that my ideas are dead. It's nothing new. These clowns have been saying this for more than 100 years. Don't you wonder, why is it necessary to declare me dead again and again? Well, I've had it up to here. I asked for the right to come back, just for a while. But there are rules. I told you, it's a bureaucracy. It's permissible to read, even to watch, but not to travel. I protested, of course, and had some support. Socrates told them the untraveled life is not worth living. Gandhi fasted. Mother Jones threatened to picket. Mark Twain came to my defense in his own strange way. Buddha chanted, Om. But the others kept quiet. My God, at this point, what do they have to lose? Yes, there too, I have a reputation as a troublemaker. And even their protest works. Finally, they said, all right, you can go. You can have an hour or so to speak your mind. But remember, no agitating. They do believe in freedom of speech, but within limits. They are liberals. We meet every week to discuss another of your writings. We read aloud, examine sentence by sentence. That's why we call ourselves Marxists. We believe completely and wholeheartedly in everything you have written. On my way here today, I walked through the streets of your city, surrounded by garbage, breathing foul air, past the bodies of men and women sleeping on the street, huddled against the cold. Instead of a lassie singing a ballad, I heard a voice in my ear, plaintively, "Some change, sir, for a cup of coffee." You call this progress because you have motor cars and telephones and flying machines and 1,000 potions to make you smell better, and people sleeping on the streets. There was all this going on inside our flats on Dean Street, and outside was London. Can you imagine the streets of London in 1858? The coster girls trying to sell a few rolls for a few pennies, the organ grinder with his monkey, the prostitutes, the magicians, the fire eaters, the street vendors, bellowing trumpets, ringing bells, the hurdy-gurdies, the organs, the brass bands, the fiddlers, the Scottish pipers, and always a beggar girl singing an Irish ballad. That's what I saw and heard walking home every evening from the British Museum, under the gas lamps that had just been lit, until I got to Dean Street and made my way through the mud and sewage, thinking about the care they took in paving streets of the wealthy neighborhoods. Well, I suppose it was only fitting that the author of Das Kapital should slog through shit while writing his condemnation of the capitalist system. Jenny did not sympathize with my complaints about wading through the mud on the street. She would say, "That's how it feels to me reading Das Kapital." She was always my severest critic, unsparing, honest, you might say. Is there anything more outrageous than an honest critic? The book troubled her. Yes, Das Kapital. He picks up the book. She worried that I would bore people from the start with my discussion of commodities, use value, exchange value. She said the book was too long, too detailed. She used the word ponderous, imagine. She reminded me what our trade union friend Peter Fox said when I gave him the book. "I feel like a man who has been given an elephant as a gift." And what will happen when all these people realize that they are all workers, that they have a common enemy? They will join with others in order to fulfill themselves, and not just in their own country, because capitalism needs a world market. Its cry is free trade, because it needs to roam freely everywhere in the globe to make more profit, more. But in doing so, it creates unwittingly a world culture. People cross borders as never before in history. Ideas cross borders. Something new is bound to come of this. When I was in Paris with Jenny in 1843, I was 25, and I wrote that in the new industrial system, people are estranged from their work because it is distasteful to them. They are estranged from nature as machines, smoke, smells, noise invade their senses. Progress, it's called. They are estranged from others because everyone is set against everyone else, scrambling for survival, and they are estranged from their own selves, living lives that are not their own, living as they do not really want to live, so that a good life is possible only in dreams, in fantasy. But it does not have to be. There is still a possibility of choice. Only only a possibility, I grant. Nothing is certain. That is now clear. I was too damn certain, but now I know. Anything can happen, but people must get off their asses. Well, does that sound too radical to you? Remember, to be radical is simply to grasp the root of a problem. And the root is us. I have a suggestion. Pretend you have boils. Pretend that sitting on your ass gives you enormous pain, so you must stand up. You must move. You must act. Let us not speak anymore about capitalism, socialism. Let's just speak of using the incredible wealth of the earth for human beings. Give people what they need: food, medicine, clean air, pure water, trees and grass, pleasant homes to live in, some hours of work, more hours of leisure. Don't ask who deserves it. Every human being deserves it. Well, it's time to go. Do you resent my coming back and irritating you? Look at it this way. It is the second coming. Christ couldn't make it. So Marx came.
This was a wonderful rendition. Marx has suddenly become human because of Aslam Saab and how it says. Aslam, thank you so much. This is the English Speaking Union's first event for the season, and we hope to have many more events as we go on. One is specific that I can share with you right now is that in December we are planning to have Ziamuddin, so you can look forward to that. And we hope that every month successively we will sort of get together in small groups like this and share ideas, etc. If you have any suggestions as to what you would like for the English Speaking Union to do, please forward it, because it would really help us plan better. Thank you very, very much for being here. Aslam, thank you ever so much. It's been wonderful, really, the rendition. I've heard so much about it, and it was everything that everybody has said. Thank you ever so much. And we hope that after a couple of months you will do something else for us again. We really look forward to that. Thank you very much.